Open to Europe, closed to Africa? South Africa's visa policy meets Africa's HDI reality. South Africa has just opened its doors a little wider, but not to Africa. Estonia is the newest country added to Pretoria's visa-free entry list. That means Estonian citizens can now visit South Africa for up to 90 days without needing prior paperwork. It's a deal being welcomed for boosting tourism, business, and technology ties. But here's the catch: South Africans still need a Schengen visa to visit Estonia. And that raises a deeper question: why is South Africa often more open to Europe than to Africa itself? This story isn't just about visas. It connects to something bigger: who in Africa actually enjoys a higher quality of life and who is left behind. Shout out to our dear subscribers. To our non-subscribing friends, your support is just as valuable. If you can take a second to hit the subscribe button, that will be fantastic. The visa waiver with Estonia took effect on September 1st after talks between Estonia's Foreign Minister Margus Tsahkna and South Africa's Home Affairs Minister Leon Schreiber. Estonia, known as a digital powerhouse in Europe, sees the waiver as a way to boost entrepreneurship and cultural exchange. For South African startups, it could even be a bridge to European markets. But Pretoria's policy remains uneven. Right now, South Africa grants visa-free entry to 78 countries and territories. Only 22 of those are African nations. The other 56 are from outside the continent. That imbalance matters. At a time when the African Continental Free Trade Area is pushing for deeper integration and freer movement across borders, South Africa still makes it easier for outsiders to visit than for fellow Africans. And that brings us to a bigger issue: development. Because the question of who gets access, whether through visas, trade, or opportunities, ties directly to the question of quality of life. And in Africa, that picture is just as uneven. The Human Development Rankings. The United Nations Development Programme has just released its 2025 Human Development Report, ranking countries by health, education, and income. Together, these three measures form the Human Development Index, or HDI, a global standard for comparing quality of life. So, which African nations are doing best this year? Here's the top 10 for 2025. Seychelles HDI 0.848, Mauritius 0.806, Algeria 0.763, Egypt 0.754, Tunisia 0.746, South Africa 0.741, Gabon 0.733, Botswana 0.731, Libya 0.721, Morocco 0.710. At the top, Seychelles and Mauritius stand out. These small island nations have invested heavily in education and healthcare, creating higher life expectancy, strong literacy rates, and stable incomes. But look further down the list, and you see the divide. Nations like South Sudan, Somalia, and the Central African Republic remain near the bottom of Africa's rankings, struggling with fragile health systems, poor schooling, and low incomes. The visa deal and the HDI rankings show the same tension: Africa's uneven progress. On one hand, countries like Seychelles, Mauritius, and South Africa show what's possible with the right policies and investments. On the other, many nations remain stuck with weak systems that hold people back. Meanwhile, South Africa is making it easier for Estonians to enter its borders, but Africans from across the continent still face red tape and restrictions. That means opportunities for trade, tourism, and cultural exchange are being lost, opportunities that could lift HDI scores across Africa if movement were freer. In short, openness matters. The more Africa opens up to its own people and its own neighbors, the stronger its development outcomes will be. So yes, the Estonia deal is a positive step in international diplomacy. But the bigger test lies closer to home. If South Africa, and Africa as a whole, can extend that same openness to Africans themselves, then the continent won't just celebrate top performers like Seychelles and Mauritius. It will raise the standard of living for millions more people. For VlogND, I'm Sal Pier. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share our videos. We appreciate your support.